We'll now show you 3 example conversations. 2 use the message strategies and 1 doesn't. After each example, there'll be a chance to pause and reflect on what worked and what didn't. Then we'll review these points with our expert, Professor Helen Chenery. In this clip, see how well care assistant Debbie does in maximising Stanley's attention, expression and body language, supporting his conversation, assisting with visual aids, getting his message, and encouraging and engaging Stanley in conversation.
When you were in Geelong, you supported the Geelong Football Club, didn't you?
Yeah.
They're your favourite team?
Yeah. I was playing for them for 2 seasons.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So you played for Geelong?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they had a city team
Yeah.
and a country team.
Okay.
And I was playing for the country.
Ah. Yeah.
And the city doesn't like the country.
Oh, the country team.
Yeah. And they hurt my leg.
Oh, did they? Did you beat them? Did you beat them?
Yeah.
Well, that's the main thing, isn't it?
You may have noticed that Debbie set the conversation up well by maximising Stanley's attention. She was sitting at his eye level and maintained eye contact throughout. She came across as relaxed and was showing her interest through her voice and gestures. She used the football scarf as a visual aid to help orient Stanley to the topic.
When you were in Geelong, you supported the Geelong Football Club, didn't you?
Yeah.
Debbie chose a topic that was familiar to Stanley and showed knowledge of his interests.
They're your favourite team?
She also accepted his contributions as meaningful, even though he said something rather unexpected.
I was playing for them for 2 seasons.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So you played for Geelong?
Yeah.
Okay.
Debbie encouraged him to continue by giving him extra time, saying mm-hmm, and reflecting what he said back to him.
Yeah. And they had a city team
Yeah.
and a country team.
Okay.
And I was playing for the country.
Ah. Yeah.
And the city doesn't like the country.
Oh, the country team.
She supported his understanding by repeating, "Did you beat them?" when at first he didn't seem to understand.
Did you beat them? Did you beat them?
Yeah.
Well, that's the main thing, isn't it?
Overall, in this conversation, Debbie was a supportive listener and helped Stanley to make the most of his communication.
In the following clip, see how well the care assistant Katrina does in terms of maximising attention, supporting the conversation, keeping it simple, and getting Stanley's message.
What did you have for breakfast? Do you recall?
I don't know.
You don't remember? Did you enjoy your breakfast?
Strangely enough, I did.
No. What did you have for breakfast then?
I don't know.
You don't know? So, did you enjoy your breakfast?
I don't know. I had it.
Oh, you told me you were sick, darling. Do you want to see a doctor?
No, I'm okay. Just a bit off, so.
Oh, how come you're sick, darling? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to call the doctor?
No, I've,
Do you want to see the doctor?
no. Just cranky.
Cranky? Why? What do you want me to do then?
Oh, no, not this. Not today.
Although Katrina had good intentions, there were things she could have handled differently to make the most of the conversation and to avoid upsetting Stanley. Katrina moved around while she was speaking to Stanley. This can be distracting and makes it difficult for the person to pay attention. Katrina asked a type of question that can be very difficult for a person with dementia, about what he had eaten earlier that day. She also added an extra question, "Do you recall?" making it difficult for him to hold the main question in mind.
What did you have for breakfast? Do you recall?
Instead of helping Stanley out by saying something like, "I think you usually have toast," she drew attention to his memory problem.
You don't know?
She did then try to keep the conversation going by asking an easier question on the same topic, and Stanley gave a clear answer. However, instead of responding to that, she just repeated the earlier question that had given trouble.
Did you enjoy your breakfast?
Strangely enough, I did.
No. What did you have for breakfast then?
I don't know.
Again, Katrina drew attention to Stanley's inability to answer and seemed not to have listened to what he had already said about enjoying breakfast, because she asked the same thing again.
You don't know? So, did you enjoy your breakfast?
The way Katrina called Stanley darling could be interpreted as over-familiar or as talking down to him.
Oh, you told me you were sick, darling. Do you want to see a doctor?
Katrina didn't keep things simple in the way she asked questions. She asked a series of questions with no time in between for Stanley to answer. And then, when he finally got a chance to answer, she interrupted him, once again repeating a question he had already answered.
Oh, how come you're sick, darling? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to call the doctor?
No, I've,
Do you want to see the doctor?
Katrina didn't pay attention to Stanley's verbal and non-verbal communication, so failed to get the message that he had had enough of this conversation.
no. Just cranky.
Cranky? Why? What do you want me to do then?
Oh, no, not this. Not today.
So overall, this interaction seemed to leave Stanley feeling frustrated at not being understood.
In the next clip, see how Debbie does in her conversation with Ivy, who is in the more severe stages of dementia. Think in terms of expression and body language, support the conversation, get their message, and encourage and engage in communication.
You've been here a nice long time, Ivy?
About that long,
About that long?
roughly.
Have you had some lunch? Was it good? Yeah? Have your family been in to see you lately? Yeah?
My daughter.
Your daughter Susie. She came in.
Yeah.
Was that good?
Debbie did well to facilitate an enjoyable interaction with Ivy, despite the severity of Ivy's dementia and her communication difficulties. Debbie appeared relaxed and interested throughout. She gave Ivy plenty of time to respond. She accepted Ivy's vague response because the important thing was the interaction itself rather than the content. She also reflected Ivy's words back to encourage her to continue.
You've been here a nice long time, Ivy?
About that long?
About that long?
Roughly.
Debbie signalled the change of topic by leaving a pause and clearly mentioning lunch.
Have you had some lunch?
She took note of Ivy's non-verbal responses in order to get her message.
Was it good? Yeah?
Debbie encouraged Ivy to contribute more information by giving minimal responses like, yeah, and being able to mention Ivy's daughter's name would have helped with rapport.
Have your family been in to see you lately? Yeah?
My daughter.
Your daughter Susie. She came in.
Yeah.
Although Ivy didn't say much, Debbie engaged with her and provided a positive communication experience.
This brings us to the end of our message presentation. We hope that the message strategies will help you to help people with dementia make the most of their communication.